from Shane's first special.
It's not hard to do Trump. The easiest way to do Trump is like the speech Trump when he's doing a rally. Trump.
Okay.
Because it's just in the back of your throat.
Okay.
The greatest country.
The greatest country.
Okay.
A little bit.
The greatest country.
Don't do this. Do this.
The greatest country.
Don't move at all. Only move your hand.
All right. Don't move my body.
If you're sitting,
Move your shoulders, just your hands.
if you're
The greatest country.
the best country.
The best country.
Wow, what a country.
Wow, what a country.
A lot of Asians.
A lot of Asians.
Maybe too many.
Maybe too
There
many
might be too many.
Let me pull up yours. You put it in the private.
I'm getting you the other one. Hold on, I'll get you the link.
Okay.
It just takes me forever to type it into the chat. I have to do it the hard way.
I know you're good. I can't pull it up on my computer if it's not.
No, I'm
clickable.
just finishing it.
Oh no, you're good. No
There
worries.
you go. It's in the chat.
Perfect. Let's see what you got here. I think I might have seen this guy before, but I didn't know his name was Tony.
Yeah.
Oh no, I haven't seen this guy.
He's
Tony
the Chinese,
compilation
he's the Chinese
2025.
guy. Yeah. And some of them, he just gives them the stare. And if you've seen some of the funnier videos where he does the Trump impressions, you just giggle all the way through them because of those.
Let's see.
He's got a short on there. Tony is Donald Trump. Tremendous place.
Oh, so he comments on other stuff. Okay, I'm trying to.
No,
trying to
he
pull it up.
does impressions of Donald Trump.
Oh, he comments as Donald Trump.
Yeah, he does these
Okay.
impressions as Donald Trump, and they're all very
Gotcha.
funny.
All right, let's pull this up.
I was assigned male at birth. And I was assigned male at birth. My pronouns are he, him. My pronouns are she, her.
So who's gay? Anyways, if you don't know how to take your business to the next level, come see us with this ultra thin light box. Ultra thin, 1 centimeter thick.
It's out of sync.
There you go.
Yeah.
He's just really extending his neck right now. Let's see. Oh!
Anyways, this is a piece of acrylic, and we can print your logo or product name on it. We can also customize different colors for this, even different shapes like square.
Okay, fine. I'm like if a guy was a girl, was a guy who was actually non-binary.
What the fuck is that? Anyways, if you don't know how to take your business,
It's out of sync with him.
Ultra thin light box.
It's out of sync.
Yeah, we're getting him before he even shows on the video.
Oh, I don't know what's going on. But yeah, no, I was hoping to see a Trump impression one. I didn't see.
Yeah, I'm looking for
any
a
of them.
Trump. And the funniest one was where he was dodging bullets in Spanish.
Oh, I got one for you. Hold on. Let's see. So this came out 2 years before the Trump assassination attempt. And that's what makes it so clever.
I found it. Give me time to get it into this chat.
Sorry, I'm lost.
I'm getting another link for you.
Oh no, you're good. Oh yeah, I found it. All right. This one's only a minute. That took way too long for me. I'm usually quicker at this.
Which one did you
But-
find?
So I found this is 4 years before the assassination happened, and this is when, like, right when Biden had became president. So this is what he's got.
I just don't get some comedy.
What's that?
I don't get that kind of comedy.
I like him in the beer commercials. Those are cute.
Well, it's funny because then he was like, I think his follow-up joke was, yeah. He goes, and the other strange thing is, he goes, Joe Biden, he goes, he's the only person that you could probably punch assassinate. You could just walk up to him and just punch him and he'd be like, and go down. It's like, because we've never had presidents like that are just like,
He's
I don't know,
fragile.
a comedy or fragile or
Yeah,
like,
fragile.
like nobody makes jokes about John F. Kennedy getting assassinated or something like that. And that's what makes this so ironic, is because
I know,
he made this
it's
joke up
just
4 years ago before it even happened. And
sometimes
it just turned out that
sometimes it's fun to just imagine Jim Carrey in costume. Whenever I see something going on, I think, yeah, I've tried to imagine Jim Carrey in a costume. That would be him.
oh, when you're talking about Joe Biden,
Yeah.
I always think of Jim
Right down
Carrey
to the grin.
as the fire Marshal Bill.
Yes, Fire Marshal Bill. That was the one
from Living in Color or whatever.
Yes.
Oh gosh, that was the best.
That's
That was one of the
the
best sketch comedy shows. Him and the Wayans brothers.
Yeah, I like that.
The Wayans brothers had a great. It's just as good as SNL.
Yeah, and Wanda. I love the Wanda.
Oh yeah, LaWanda from Jamie Foxx.
No,
It's Jamie Foxx, right?
No, it's his brother, Damon. No.
Oh, Damon
it's
Marley, or
I
Damon
forget
Wayans.
which one it is. I
Damon
forget which
Wayans.
one.
Sorry.
Yeah, Damon Wayans. Anyway, he was just hysterical as Wanda.
Let's see if I can get this to play.
Nadie sabe de naturales como yo. No puedes confiar en nadie, pero si puedes.
It's still out of sync.
De China, can you believe that? Mejor servicio, mejor fabricar, mejor calidad. Este estilo es lo más popular ahora. Póngalo en su tienda y haga su negocio grande otra vez. Cualquier tamaño, cualquier forma, cualquier color, todo se puede personalizar. Enviamos a todo el mundo sin pedido mínimo y con una garantía de 3 años. Puedes creerlo. Tenemos accesorios en nuestro WhatsApp en nuestra bio. Siga LC Signing China. China, China, China.
China, China, China. I have friends in China.
Yeah, it's not in sync, but everybody gets the general idea. And I'll sit there and watch these guys who put it up in reels and just die laughing.
Yeah, no, there's some. If you ever get a chance, my favorite episode of Kill Tony, it's a comedy show that they shoot out of the mothership, which is the comedy club that Joe Rogan moved to Austin, Texas, and opened up. And basically, what they do is they have a sign-up sheet, and usually, roughly about 250 people put their names in to get drawn from a hat to just come up and tell jokes for a minute.
Oh, nice, funny.
And then they get interviewed by like famous comedians as well as like the host. And the host is Tony Hinchcliffe. And you've probably heard of Tony Hinchcliffe because he went on tour with Donald Trump when he was doing his rally, and he's the one who made the Puerto Rican joke about the floating garbage island or whatever. Yeah. So he was getting canceled for a while. And the funny thing was he'd have a bunch of comedians sign up, and they'd be like Puerto Rican people or Puerto Rican girls, and they'd come up and make jokes at Tony. Like, it was a good time. And then they would all just riff back and forth. And Shane Gillis comes on and he plays Donald Trump. And then there's another character who plays Joe Biden, and they just come on and act like those characters. And so the comedians have no idea who they're going to run into. They're actually held next door at a bar. They're at a bar called Bad Decisions that's right next door. And so they're just all there getting drunk and talking to the other comedians, and they never know if their name's going to get called or not. And they never know who they're going to run into when they get up there. but it's a good show. It's a good premise.
I love the name of the bar, Bad Decisions.
Oh yeah, I'm next door at Bad Decisions, waiting to get called on to kill Tony. It's funny. They were on one of the recent episodes that I watched. They were next door drinking at Bad Decisions, and the ShamWow guy came in, and he was sitting there drinking with him. Vince, yeah, his former Scientologist, Vince, and
he went to prison.
oh, he went, yeah, for beating hookers or something like that. Like it was something crazy. He's the ShamWow guy.
I mean, these people, it just blows your mind when you find out what their personal life is about.
It doesn't blow, like whenever I hear a story from Hollywood like that of
Not
like these
anymore,
up and coming actors that wandered out to Hollywood and they're just up to no good now. Like it doesn't surprise me anymore. Gosh, how
they got there.
That's why I'm glad that Hollywood and all that is getting broken up for the most part. People can stream online. They don't have to go sign with some agent and move out to Bufu and get taken advantage of by somebody just to get a role on a sitcom.
Changing everything. It is changing absolutely everything, but you still have people who are resistant.
Well, it's the internet in general. Like I think just times are changing and we don't have to physically be in so many different places, and we're able to cut out the middleman in a lot of things.
We can be everywhere at once.
Yeah, exactly. And on call 24/7.
We don't need the operator to connect us anymore to circle this conversation back.
Oh my goodness, we used to have to call New York just to get a line overseas.
What up, Senate? Good to see you. You had to call New York in order to get it.
If you wanted to call the Middle East or one of those further out countries, you had to call, I think it was 011 or something. You called New York.
Well,
to be fair,
I still overseas.
Well, my husband's Lebanese and his family's over there. And back in 1969 through 74, 75, you couldn't dial direct out of the country.
No.
Oh, in 68 and 69, they were definitely monitoring your calls.
Yeah, that's that. That's
especially
that
if you're calling overseas.
Yeah, that's that rotary dial phone.
I kind of remember that call my dad in Russia.
Yeah, in certain countries, I mean, I think England at that time you could call direct, or it was soon after that you could call certain countries direct. But in the Middle East, you had to call the overseas operator in New York and tell them the number you wanted.
I still never dialed a number out of the country to this day.
Now you just pick up the phone and call, and it's not even an extra charge.
Well, no, you have to
depending on your
push.
plan.
Well, no, it might not be an extra charge, but you still have to push a bunch of numbers before you dial it, don't you? I don't even know how to do it now.
No,
You just dial
as a
the
matter
number.
of fact, my friend in Sweden, I think if I remember correctly, her phone number is only one digit longer than mine.
Damn.
And my friend in Norway, I think it's pretty much the same.
Yeah, I always thought you had
And
to
in
dial something
Lebanon,
weird.
it's 6 numbers, not 7.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. Well, they don't have as many people as we do.
So you don't have dial 1?
Well, we do have dial 1, but on my iPhone, I don't need to do it.
Sick, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of I don't know. I'm kind of glad when I see some of the weird political movies that make it into like Disney and they don't do so well. Like I think it was weird because they like fired Tim Allen from Toy Story and they tried to do all this other stuff where they didn't want him because they didn't like his political views and they didn't want him to represent Toy Story anymore. And
that didn't happen in the past either. It didn't matter what your religion or your political affiliation was, and racism was almost a history. Ugh.
I do not get charged for anywhere I call.
Oh yeah, you can't get charged for Canada, especially. That's not even. That should be in regular calling zone.
Man, you would get high bills back then for making a call like that.
Yeah, I mean,
But you
when
know
we're
what
using
was
the rotary
weird?
dial.
You know what was weird? My best friend, I had moved to the Virgin Islands, and if she had called me on Saturday night for us to chit chat for 2 hours, like we always did, it would cost her about $35 to do so. But if I called her and talked to her for 3 hours, the phone call only cost like $10, and that was off Vitelco down there. So
And now it
I would
costs
call her.
nothing.
Yeah, now it costs nothing extra, but I would call her instead of her calling me so that she didn't have such a high phone bill. And we didn't have cell phones yet when we were living down there.
Was it like, is it more expensive for them to call out than it is for you to call in?
Yeah.
At the time, I don't know what it is now, but now everybody's got cell phones, but at the time it was more expensive for her to call me from Miami than for me to call her from St. Thomas.
I just feel like back in the day, all they had was IBM, and it ran everything.
Our phone company, Vitelco, was IBM.
Yeah,
It was
I just
weird.
feel like back in the day, it's really all it was IBM.
Yeah, IBM and ITT.
Now we always used to just call, collect, leave a message on it.
Oh
and
yeah,
that was it.
Or do the call, ring once and hang up.
Yeah.
Bob, we had a baby. It's a boy. That was my favorite. That was my favorite 1-800 collect commercial for the longest time. Gosh,
What was it? It was funny.
it was a guy. He was having he was at the hospital and he was having a baby, or his wife was having a baby. And I mean, it was the early '90s. There was no, it was a wife having the baby, and he was
Ours
trying to
was
let
usually-
his family know. And as soon as he do it, he dial 1-800 collect, and it usually would ask you what your name was. They state your name, and if you had enough time, you could say something really fast in there, and you could get that across, and they could choose if they wanted to accept the call or not. And so you'd say whatever you wanted in that period. And what he said in the commercial was, "Bob, we had a baby. It's a boy." And he says it really fast, and it's, "Bob, we had a baby. It's a boy." And then they just wouldn't accept the call. They knew the news. Bob had a baby. It's a boy. So we didn't have to accept the call.
We used to do on Friday nights after school. All right. Be here in 20. That was the end of the call, you know.
Yeah.
Because we'd be all gathered up we're heading to the river going camping, you know. Everybody knew what it meant.